Hi, adiash73 here with this week's Project Race gaming update vlog. Just got back from work, been back about half hour or so, and I will say that it has been a crap week at work, absolutely horrific. Yesterday was the worst day that I've had in a very long time, so I apologise in advance if this isn't as cheerful, as chirpy as the happy bunny that you're normally used to seeing here talking at you through that little thing on top of my laptop. So yeah, it's been a really crap week, so I am feeling a bit deflated, a bit, yeah, I've just, my energy level is a little bit low. I was so miffed yesterday that I had to come home, and the only thing that perked me up was a bit of qigong, a bit of tai chi, and then I sat down and watched the sky at night, and I felt alright after that. But I was really very unhappy bunny yesterday with work. It was not good. So yeah, I might not be as jokey as jovial in this one, because I'm just glad it's the weekend and like, oh, my furrowed brow is anyway, let's get it out of the way. Let's get on with the update vlog. So what have I been doing? Last weekend it was a busy weekend for me. We had the Grand Prix on Sunday. I had family round, I had a lot of chores to do, and I got sucked into that bloody auction house on Forza 4. Oh, it's so addictive. For me anyway, I can't help, I find it really like, get those bargains. And because I've found myforza.net, that website, myforza.net, where you can track and list all your cars, and it's like, now that's like, now I've got to collect every car. There's all those cars. I think I better collect them all. Yeah. Oh, look, that car's worth 2 million. Oh, it's only cheap. Oh, I'll get that one. And it's terrible. You know, I go on there and I think, I'll just spend 20 minutes, and then I'm bidding on like everything, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a deal, that's a bargain, yeah, oh yeah, oh that's a R3, right, they don't normally go up to R3, that guy spent a lot of money so I can make some money. It's terrible. So last few days of this week I've deliberately not even put it on, just so that I don't get too sucked into it. I will have a little blast on there this weekend though, because I do want to try and get all the cars, which I know I don't need to do that, but it's just that blokey collector, got to own them all mentality, something in my psyche. I mean, when I played Forza 3 I didn't worry about that. Obviously you do in Forza 2, you have to collect them all in that game, but on Forza 3 I didn't worry about it, and I enjoyed that game. I'm enjoying it. The thing is that I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't enjoy it, so I am enjoying it, so it's not, it's not like it's a chore or anything like that. So that was the weekend. Moving through the week, I've continued with MotoGP 06, the Japanese and Korean version, or Far East edition, and I'm getting there with that now. I'm almost wrapped up on the Legend difficulty on Extreme 1000, then just blast through the remaining 3 difficulties on Extreme 1200, pop the final few achievements there, and then it's the long haul to 500 races. So this time next week should be done. It's a good possibility. I'm going to pump some hours in, because no Grand Prix this weekend, although the MotoGP itself is on, and obviously Casey Stone has said today that he's going to retire, which he's pretty young to retire, but he says he's lost interest in it. So if that's the case, you've got to do what you feel is right in your heart. After all, you only get one spin of the wheel this time round. Depends on your belief system. I won't go into that here now, but that's a story for a different time. Anyway, so I should be able to get some good time on that tomorrow. I'm going to play a bit of Auction House, not too much, crack on the MotoGP, try and get that wrapped up. Going forward into next week, Import Tuner Challenge didn't turn up this week. I was a bit pissed off because I got an email through yesterday, which was a really shit day, that said your package has now been posted, which is a week after I ordered it. So I was a bit unhappy with that information. So there we are. That hopefully turn up next week, and then I can roll straight onto that one. And then going forward after there, it'll be more American races, get Import Tuner wrapped up, and there we are. That's sort of what it's looking like. It's going to be quite motorbikey for me for the next month or so, I'd imagine. Tonight, of course, got the long awaited, mentioned it for ages, MotoGP 1011 boosting session, which I'm looking forward to. You'll go until quite late. I hope I stay awake because I've been feeling a bit run down, a bit ragged around the edges. The old energy levels are a bit low. So I hope I stay awake for it. But I'm sure once we get in there, get things going, get a bit of banter going, and I'll cheer up a bit and be my normal, happy, laughy, jokey self. I hope so. Well, I don't want to be a right old misery guts in there. So I'm looking forward to that. Get that done. Then that's one achievement on the game. There's all the rest of it to play. Oh, my poor completion percentage. But hey ho, never mind. You can't have it always, can you? So that's where we are. That's what I've been playing. So I'm quite happy with where I am, how things are going. I would say that we're moving into summer. The lights are not lights. The nights are getting lighter. And in the summer, I tend to step back a bit, slow down a bit on the old gaming because I'd much rather be out doing other stuff. And I think that might be happening this year. I might, I'm tempted, because I've been playing a lot recently, and in the winter when it's dark and horrible outside and I just want to get in and be in my man cave and game away. But in the summer when it's light, it's nice. I want to get out. I want to, be in nature and, do the stuff that you do outside when you can. It's nice weather, and we haven't really had very much nice weather in this country recently, so I might be slowing down a bit. Whether that means that I need to or only need to do this video twice a month, fortnightly, I don't know. I'll keep doing it weekly and I'll see how it goes. If it gets to a point where I'm barely telling you anything, and I might just do a tiny one, like a 5-minute one, but we'll see. I mean, the thing is, it's just me talking to you. Some weeks it's interesting, it's fun, and some week it's a bit drier, but that's how it goes. It's me, it's my life on camera for you to watch. And life changes, doesn't it, all the time. Some weeks you're on top of the world, other weeks you're walking uphill and the hill's all greasy and it's on top of ice, and then there's like a wind in your face, and there's some barbed wire against the slope, and then there's someone on the side throwing poo at you, and that's how it is some weeks. And then other weeks it's like nice downhill, coasty, the sun's on your back, you're happy, someone gives you an ice cream, and you're like dee-dee-dee. But it can't be like all that time, can it? At least for me it isn't that way. I don't know what your experience of life is like, but hey ho. Anyway, let's wipe all of that out of the way. Let's move on. Let's just let that go. A big tree position. And move on to the old stat information for this week. Now, this week on my ever-ending, I always get that wrong, never-ending quest 2. You can hear that. Yeah, this is the thing. There's an alarm set to go off at this time every day. And a few weeks ago, I did a vlog, and I heard that going off in the background. And I didn't make any notice about it. No one said about it going off in the background. I'm sure the mic will pick it up, but if you don't, you might have heard it. I don't know. Well, anyway, that's distracted me, so I hope it don't distract you. Stats this week. This week we are looking at true achievement difference. Project Race, in case you're new, is if you stuck around this long, you're doing well. Project Race is my ongoing progress to get myself into the top 5 across all leaderboards on the racing game genre on true achievements. And I first started tracking this information on the 9th of April. And this week I am going to be talking about true achievement difference. And true achievement difference is basically your TA score, true achievement score, minus your gamer score to give you a TA difference score. And that gives you an indication really of like your ratio, and it's they say it's for the purists on there. It sort of is. It's just an interesting one really. Check it out on yourself and see how you feel about it. Anyway, I will start off by giving a recap of how many gamers there are on True Achievements. That way it gives you an indication of where I am and this, that and the other. When I first started tracking these leaderboards on the 9th of April, worldwide TA had on the racing game leaderboards 148,540 members tracked. We are now at 150,805, so that's an increase of 2,265 since that date. In Europe it was 32,785, Now it's at 33,187, so that's an increase of 402. And in England, where I live and the board I follow, it was 19,258, and it's now up to 19,368, so 110 increase there. So I always give that information just to put the rest of it into context, and just to, I do it, that's what I do, it's in there. There we are. So let's move on to the actual stats leaderboard positions. On the 9th of April, my TA difference was 73,799. It is now 75,940. So in what, a month and a bit, thereabouts, I've increased it 2,141 points, which is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I would say I'm over a 2 ratio. The reason I say that is because my TA difference is 75,000, but my total gamer score on racing games is only 68,875. So that's got to be an over a 2 ratio. So that's, I would say that's pretty reasonable. If we were looking at TA generally, anything over a 2 is always considered very good. I mean, really, anything over a 1.8 is good. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. But then a lot of the racing games have got quite a high ratio anyway. Not all of them. There are some low ratio games out there. MotoGP 06, the Japanese one, is pants, a crap ratio, because not many people have played it, and the people that have played it have gone on to complete it most of the time generally. But hey ho, there we are. I'm digressing. Let's move on to where I am on the leaderboards, and it's a bit really. It's another one. It's another week which has been affected by Mr. Hurricane 86. Mucking himself around mucking us around, I don't know, doing what he wants to do really. He can do what he likes, as I've had a conversation this week with someone on TA about. But he's no longer on the leaderboards than he was on the leaderboards. Now he's not on the leaderboards. At the moment he's not on the leaderboards again. So artificial position increase in a way. Worldwide I was 6th. I am now 5th. No real difference if we add Hurricane back in. In Europe I was 5th. And I am 4th again. That's not really a climb because Hurricane should be in there. That would knock me down to 5th. In England I was 3rd, and I am still 3rd because Ian Kay is back and playing, and he's quite a bit ahead of me. So no difference on those leaderboards in what's been quite a long period. Am I disappointed? Well, not really, because my TA difference position is quite a bit higher than my true achievement score position and my gamer score position on the leaderboards. So that really reflects that I play the games through to the end, and I'm prepared to put the time in to get the pain in the arse achievements that make me go, ooh, you fucking ooh, and then yeah, those ones. They're the ones that really push you to your edge of your gaming skill. They're the ones I like. The ones where you put it on the corner. I don't like that. I like to be pushed and challenged. I don't like to be entirely pissed off, but I do like to feel like I've had to put a bit of skill in, a bit of effort in. So on the whole, although no position increases legitimately, yeah, I'm alright, I'm okay with that one. So next week it will be completed games, and really I'm not expecting too much of a difference on that one. In fact, I might have gone down on that leaderboard because I've been taking my time. I've been bloody auction house don't earn me no achievements, don't complete no games by sitting in there with my bloody collectophobia. Oh god, collectophobia is entirely the wrong word. Anyway, I've just glanced down at the clock, 13:36. It's been a bit of an old mishmash of a blog, as it always has been on this type, and I haven't really been very funny. I don't think I've been very funny. I hope you have managed to get through this far, and sorry for nothing. I'm not sorry for anything really. This is what, if you watch my blogs, then you've got to know me, hopefully, or you're going to get to know me, or you're getting to know me. And like I said earlier on, it can't be all fucking lovely all the time, and some weeks it might be a little bit, me having a bit of a miserable old bastard face, and like it is today. So yay for being a miserable old git. Anyway, I do hope you have a good week. Take care, happy racing, and for those that are interested, I will be doing my normal Sunday vlog. Even though I didn't do one last week, I will be doing that again this weekend. So I hope you have a good week. Take care, happy racing, look after yourselves, and I hope you have a better week at work than I had this week.